The website that you'll go to use this is portal.solarrhino.com. And it'll take you to this first page. You'll log in with the credentials that you're provided. The first landing page, this page right here, if you were to navigate here from this menu bar, we would be on the opportunities page right now. So if you start here, it'll show all the customers that you've worked with in the past. You can sort by different stages or created dates. So if you want to see the jobs that you've created most recently, just go click on the created date. It'll show you new ones pulling up here. You can also search for a customer, or if you just leave the search bar blank and then hit search, you'll see this little plus button. Here's where we're going to start with any new customers that aren't currently in the system. So we'll hit this plus button. It'll ask for some basic customer information. So it's important that we fill out this first page correctly so that all of our documents later down the road get populated with the right signatures. So there's the three main parts. We're always going to start with the person on title, and then a unique email address for that customer. If the name on the electric bill is the same as the person on title, you can leave this toggled on. But if, like, say you have a husband on name of the on title, but then a wife's name on the utility bill, you can hit no, change the name, and make sure it has a unique email address for that person too. The same if you need a co-signer on this deal. So if you needed to add a co-signer, you can add it right there. Just make sure that information is unique, but I'm going to leave that off for right now. Enter their address, 123 4th Street, 01603. And then we'll just do a random phone number. And then what are we, National Grid up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, National Grid. If you needed to put in, like if it was referred by someone, you could put them in right there. But once you have this information put in and you hit submit, that's just going to create an opportunity landing page for the customer. So we have a proposal team working between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, ready to turn proposals around for you in 15 minutes. The way that you're going to get a request in there is down here in this proposal request section. So you just hit this request proposal button. You give it a name so you can identify it against your other proposals. You can set your appointment date so they know how quickly to get it to you. And then you can say, okay, do you want to do cash, a loan, a PPA, a prepaid lease, you know, any of the other things. We're gonna do a solar loan through Mosaic. There's other partners on here that we can use, but for today we're specifically going to talk about Mosaic. So let's just say we're going to use the 20-year, no other adders, no forfeits, and you'd upload a picture of our utility bill and create. On our end, what that does is it sends it off to someone who builds a design. If you already have like a CAD layout with your system size and specs, you can start here at create quote. So it's important that anytime you're changing the product that you're offering, you select, you know, a new process. So all deals can be done through here, and then it'll show you all the steps that you'll need to do in order to sign this deal. As you complete each step, these numbers will turn green and let you know that you've done all the things that you need to do. So once all these are green, you should be done. So you hit create proposal. I'm going to give it a name and create, and it's going to ask you for some information from your design. It should have your name auto-populated as a sales rep. If you're a manager, you'll be able to go and, you know, do business as people in your downline. You type in your system information. So if it was a 5 kilowatt producing 6,000 kilowatt hours a year, their annual usage is 6,000 because it's a 100% offset. Keep playing with this number until I get to, you know, there we go, 25 cents. So the proposal, you know, is comparing the right things. And then you'll select your system type. So roof mount, or it's a flat roof, roof tilt kits, ground mount, whatever it is. Your module type, standard panel, your inverter type, a standard or an optimizer or a micro inverter. And then if you are in a state like Massachusetts where it has SRECs, you can put in like the SREC values. If you're using Smart Program, you would hit none, and then that'll know that they're not going to sell them through us. We're going to go through Smart Program for that. And then your payment type, obviously we were doing a loan through Mosaic, and we'll do the 25-year loan. So at this point, it would show you what your total contract price is, what your commission on the deal is, whatever it's set in there, and your ability to adjust your commissions however you guys want to do that with your pricing. But once you've selected the type of loan that you want and put in the system details on the previous page, you just hit create proposal and it will pull it into a presentation for you. So then you have a couple options right here. Basically, if you just want to show the customer the presentation right away, you'd hit view and it'll pull up our interactive presentation. You make sure that you have your pop-up blocker on whatever internet browser you use turned off, because whenever you hit these view presentations or you go to sign contracts, it always pops up in a new window, so you don't want to be blocking that from happening. You see a proposal here. Once I set it as active as the proposal I want to use, I can then move over to credit applications. So this is going to have an integration with Mosaic, so you can either view on screen and run it right here, or you can email the credit application to the customer. If I hit view on screen, it'll pull it up and pull it right into Mosaic's application. You can start to get pre-qualified. Now, because there's an integration into our tool, you don't need to memorize a contractor number or a contractor phone number or whatever. You can just watch the video for how the loan works, hit start pre-qualification, and then it'll pull any data that we already had over there, and you just need to fill in the blanks. Last four social and a birthday. With Mosaic, it's a soft check initially. So at the time of approval, if the customer never moves forward with the loan, it'll stay a soft check. But once the customer accepts the loan, it turns into a hard check at that point. So if you put those things in, you'll get an approval right there on the screen. Once you get there, you just exit out of there. You'd hit send Mosaic loan agreement. This one we have to email to the customer. So the credit check gives you the option of doing it on the screen, but the loan document has to go specifically to that customer's email for security purposes. They can pull it up in their email and sign it, and then it'll sync over here. So that's the first thing that the customer needs to sign is the loan docs. And then there's like the install agreement and the utility documents, which we do through number 4 right here, which says sell Rhino proposal. So if I click on there, it's going to ask you for a couple of pictures right away. 3 pictures that you need would be your utility bill, your site plan, and then the breaker with its labels, and then the meter from the outside. So you can either take the picture first and upload it, or you can take pictures directly from the device that you're using, and they would upload right in here. Then right from their bill, you'll be able to get their meter number and account number right off their utility bill. So when you hit next, it'll upload those pictures into the right places in Salesforce. It'll make sure that we're signing with the right person. DSR notes stands for direct sales rep notes. So if there's any things that you need, like the account managers to know about this customer, or your site surveyors to know, or install notes. So if there's anything that the install people will need, like for example, customers' requirements or anything, you can add notes right here to your deal. And when you hit finish, it will prompt all the correct people to sign. So because we had a different person on title and the utility docs, it'll just prompt someone to sign each one. If you guys choose to or opt to take more detailed pictures of the inside, like if you guys like to get up in the attic and take pictures of the rafters, you have options to do that. If you take all of the interior pictures yourself, then you only need to schedule an exterior site survey. But if you just take those couple pictures in the beginning and you need them to get up in the attic, you can schedule a full site survey there. It'll show you the calendar availability, and you can just choose your spots for your site surveys right in there. At that point, once you've ran credit, sent the loan docs, signed the first site portion of it, and scheduled your site survey, you should be all the way done. At the top of the details over here, it'll tell you the account manager assigned to that deal, a link to the proposal that you sold. If you've scheduled the site survey already, the confirmed scheduled date will show up right in here. And then if you wanted to go back and like view that sales process, you can hit view, and it would take you back to this page. So that's the basics of navigating our tool for the purposes of getting a proposal and signing.